Thank you for joining Wars of the Roses, and this is Masonry, the Robe of Blue and Gold by Manly P. Hall. An article from the All-Seeing Eye, Volume 1, Number 1, May 1923. Masonry, the Robe of Blue and Gold. Three silent beings hidden in the depths of the unknown weave eternally the thread of human fate. Three sisters, known to the world as the Norns or Fates, incessantly twist between their fingers a tiny cord which is one day to be woven into a living garment, the coronation robe of a king. Under many names, this garment is known among the mystics and occult students of the world. To some, it is the simple yellow robe of Buddhahood. By the ancient Jews, it was symbolized as the robe of the high priest and the garment of the glory unto the Lord. While to the Masonic brother, it is the robe of blue and gold, the Star of Bethlehem, the wedding garment of the Spirit. Three fates weave this living garment, and man himself is the creator of his fates. The triple thread of thought, action, and desire binds him when he enters into the sacred place or seeks admittance to the lodge. But later this same cord is woven into the wedding garment whose purified folds shroud the sacred spark of his being. We all like to be well dressed in robes of velvet, and ermine seem to us symbols of rank and glory. But many an ermine cape has covered an empty heart, while many a crown has rested on tyrant's brow, and many a velvet cloak has gowned an empty void. These symbols are earthly things, and in the worlds of matter, are too often misplaced. But the true coronation robe, the true garments of the Mason, are not of earth, for his robe of glory tells of spiritual growth. The garments of the high priest of the tabernacle were but symbols of the bodies of men, which purified and transmuted glorified the life within. And the little silver bells tinkled with never-ending music from the fringe of the vestments, their silver note telling of our harmonious life, while the breastplate reflected the gleams of heavenly truth from its many-sided gems. There is one garment without a seam which was worn often by the Mason brothers of old, in the days of the Essenes, when the monastery of the lowly Nazarenes rose in gloomy grandeur from the steep sides of Mount Tabor, to be reflected in the silent waters of the Dead Sea. This one-piece garment, wove without a seam, is the spiral thread of human life, which, when purified by right motive and right living, becomes a tiny line of golden light which weaves eternally the purified garment of regenerated bodies. Like the white of the lambskin apron, it stands for the simple, the pure, and the harmless, the requirements of the Master Mason, who must give up forever the pomp and vanity of this world, and seek to weave with his own soul that simple one-piece robe which marks the Master. We can still see the lowly Nazarene in his spotless robe of white, a garment no king could buy but worthy of a god. This robe is woven by the daily actions of our lives, each expression weaving a thread, black or white, according to our actions and the motives which prompted them. As the Master Mason labors in accordance with his vows, he slowly weaves this spotless robe out of the transmuted expressions of his energies. It is this white robe which prepares and sanctifies him for the robe of glory which can only be worn over the spotless, seamless garment of his purified life. Now comes the moment when the candidate, purified and regenerated, begins to radiate the life powers of the divine. From him pours forth streams of light, and a great aura of many-colored fire surrounds him with its radiance. This wonderful garment, of which all earthly robes are but symbols, is built on the highest qualities of human nature, the noblest ideals, the greatest of aspirations, the purification of bodies, the unselfish service to others. All these things build into the Mason's spiritual powers, which radiate as a wonderful body of living fire. This is the robe of glory. This is the garment of blue and gold, which shining out as a five-pointed star of light, heralds the birth of the Christ within. Man is then, indeed, a son of God, pouring out through the tubes of his own being the life rays, which are the light of men. This spiritual ray, striking hearts that long were cold, raises them from the dead. It is the living light which illuminates those still buried in the darkness of materiality. It is the power which raises by the grip of the lion's paw. It is the great light which seeks forever the spark within all living things, and finding it awakens again dead ideals with the power of the Master's word. Then the Master Mason becomes, indeed, the sun in Leo, and reaching downward into the darkness of crystallization and materiality rises his murdered builder from the dead by the grip of the Master Mason. As the sun awakens the seedlings in the ground, so this Son of Man, glowing with the light divine, pours out from his own purified being the mystic spheres of redeeming light, which awaken the seeds of hope and truth and nobler lives in others where discouragement and suffering have too often brought down the temple and buried beneath its debris the true reason for being and the true motive for growth. It is this robe which enfolds all things, warming them and preserving them with its light and life, as the glorious robe of the sun, the symbol of all life, bathes and warms all things with its glow. Man is a god in the making, and on the potter's wheel he is being molded as in the mystic mists of Egypt. As his light shines out to lift and preserve all things, he accepts the triple crown of godhood and joins the throng of master masons who, in their garments of glory, the robes of blue and gold, are seeking to illuminate the darkness of night with the triple light of the Masonic Lodge. Ceasingly the Norns span the thread of human fate. Age in and age out upon the loom of destiny are woven the living garments of God. Some are rich in glorious colors and wondrous fabrics. Others are broken and frayed before they leave the loom. But all are woven by the three sisters, thought, action, and desire, which in the hands of the ignorant build around them walls of mud and brick of slime, while in the hands of the pure of heart this living thread is woven into raiment celestial and garments divine. Do what we will, we cannot stop the nimble fingers that twist the threads, but we can take the thread and use it as we will. The wool may be red with the blood of others, it may be dark with the uncertainties of life, but if we will, we may restore its whiteness and weave from it the seamless garment of a perfect life. Thank you for watching, and please don't forget to share, like, subscribe, and comment. And if you can, please consider donating to Wars of the Rosies. Links to PayPal and Patreon are in the description. Thank you so very much.